there's a partial solar eclipse on September 13th, and that is going to be in the sign of Virgo the Virgin. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. This is an angelic horoscope transmission for the week of September 13th through the 19th. There are 3 major events going on this week. Again, on the 13th, there is the partial solar eclipse in Virgo, and that's a sun conjunct moon from the perspective of the Earth, from the view of the Earth, Syzygy, that kind of conjunction. On the 17th, we have Jupiter opposing Neptune, and we'll get into the specifics of that. And on the 17th, also, on that same day, there is Saturn ingress Sagittarius. That's going to last a very long time, because Saturn is a slower planet, so that's going to have to settle into that. So first we're going to go over the events that are going to occur this week, and then we're going to give you, at the end of this transmission, we're going to give you the partial solar eclipse in Virgo event and how it will affect each sign in correspondence with your zodiac angel, your zodiac sign, and what house specifically your sign will be affected in. Okay, so beginning with that partial solar eclipse on the 13th, that's in Virgo. Basically, what you have going on here is it's going to be like a sucker punch to the ego, because solar eclipses affect the ego and lunar eclipses affect the soul. So this is going to be a partial sucker punch to the third chakra, the solar plexus, for everyone involved. And it will, what that will affect, again, we'll get to that at the end of this transmission. So you want to check your sign at the end of the transmission, because we'll put it in the description box, so you can just click on that sign, on your sign and your zodiac angel, to get what house it will affect you in and how you will be affected, and where this sort of sucker punch to the ego is going to come from. It's important to understand that. Now, luckily, it's only a partial solar eclipse, because it being in Virgo and affecting the solar plexus because of that, the third chakra. If this was a total eclipse of the sun, it would be devastating for the ego in such a way that people might not be able to recover properly from it or properly get through it without a lot of ego damage, to the point where they could not properly function, because one has to have a healthy ego to function. So this is a blessing from God that it is a partial solar eclipse. Okay, that's for the 13th of September. For the 17th, there are 2 major events. The first one is Jupiter opposing Neptune, and that's Jupiter in Virgo opposing Neptune, which is retrograde in Pisces. And that's a little difficult for Pisces, because they're ruled by both Jupiter and Neptune. So this is, you'll feel, Pisces, that you're opposing yourself. And this will be a willful restriction of understanding. Say, oh, people do understand, but they want to pretend that they don't understand, because they're being willful. And that stance will draw a line in the sand against those who feel a need for the deeply esoteric and spiritual religious systems. So there'll be one side where we just don't understand, when actually they're intelligent enough to understand, against people who need deeper meanings and understandings and like to understand deeply. Those 2 parts of the self. And Pisces will especially notice it's the 2 sides of the self. And that brings us to the other event on the 17th of September, which has to do with the inner tyrant, Saturn. We all have that. To ingress Sagittarius. Now, Saturn rules Aquarius and Capricorn. And Aquarius and Capricorn. And Saturn is direct ingress Sagittarius at this juncture. So this will cause, this is going to last a very long time, and all the way through the end of the year and beyond. So this is going to cause you to see the value, and you'll do very well and have amazing success if, this is for everybody really, if you hone your skills that are more hard science skills. If you learn to be very blunt and direct without being harsh, assertive, not aggressive. If you focus on the serious or sober aspects of your life, the hard sciences, and you have adventurous honesty, you'll do very well. So just hone those skills, those attributes of God, of the great divine physician, and you will find that you will be able to become extremely successful. Now for the angelic forces that will be involved in these events, on the 13th, with the partial solar eclipse in Virgo, that's the Archangel Michael, who is associated with the Sun, is eclipsed in Virgo in the territory of Hamaliel during a syzygy with the Moon, or the Archangel Gabriel, as seen from the Earth. Okay, now the 17th we have Jupiter's angel Sachiel, for Jupiter opposing Neptune, opposing the Neptunian angel Asariel. That's an opposing force. That's against the self. Now on the 17th we also have Saturn ingress Sagittarius, and that is the Saturnian angel Cassiel entering into the territory of Sagittarius, the territory of Hamaliel, the zodiac angel Hamaliel. So that's what's going on. Now we're going to go over the zodiac angels for each sign and how the partial solar eclipse in Virgo will affect each sign through your zodiac angel and which house you will be affected in. For an invocation, angelic astrology angel magic evocation, you can use for the sun, you can use the mighty Archangel Michael, you can use lemon pill for incense, you can use the Hebrew letter Resh and Psalm 119 verses 153 to 160. For Virgo, you can utilize zodiac angel Hamaliel and the incense of aloe wood and the Hebrew letter Yod or Yoth and Psalm 119, and that's verse 73 to 80. And then you can use correspondences that go with your own sign or your own zodiacal house. All right, now for Aries, that's Hamaliel. We have a partial solar eclipse in Virgo, and that's conjunct the moon, the sun conjunct the moon, that's a syzygy, as seen from Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you sublimate, thus influencing your sixth house of habits and health. For Taurus, that's the zodiac angel Hamaliel. The partial solar eclipse in Virgo, sun conjunct moon syzygy, as seen from the Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you sublimate, thus influencing your fifth house of children and creativity. For Gemini, your zodiac angel is Gabriel. The partial solar eclipse in Virgo, that's the sun conjunct moon syzygy, as seen from Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you sublimate, thus influencing your fourth house of home and family. For the sign of Cancer, we have Muriel, that's the zodiac angel Muriel, and we have a partial solar eclipse in Virgo, the sun conjunct moon syzygy, as seen from Earth, causing some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you sublimate, thus influencing your third house of transportation and communication. For Leo, Virchiel, the zodiac angel Virchiel, the partial solar eclipse in Virgo, the sun conjunct moon syzygy event, as seen from Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you sublimate, thus influencing your second house of money and possessions. For Virgo, the zodiac angel Hamaliel, the partial solar eclipse in Virgo, that's your sign Virgo, sun conjunct moon Syzygy, as seen from Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you sublimate, thus influencing your first house of self and appearances. For Libra, Zodiac angel Zuriel, that's a partial solar eclipse in Virgo. Sun conjunct moon Syzygy event, as seen from the Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you sublimate, thus influencing your 12th house of spirituality. For Scorpio, we have Zodiac angel Barchiel, partial solar eclipse in Virgo. Sun conjunct moon Syzygy, as seen from Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you let it influence your 11th house of friends and your reputation. For Sagittarius, the Zodiac angel Hamaliel, partial solar eclipse in Virgo, with the Sun conjunct moon Syzygy event as seen from Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you let it influence your 10th house of social standing and fame. And for Capricorn, the Zodiac angel Hamaliel, the partial solar eclipse in Virgo, Sun conjunct moon Syzygy event as seen from Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you let it influence your 9th house of life path meaning. And for Aquarius, the Zodiac angel Gabriel, partial solar eclipse in Virgo, Sun conjunct moon Syzygy event as seen from the Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you let it influence your 8th house of birth, sex, death, and debt. So we want to strengthen the soul. Pisces, the Zodiac angel Hamaliel, partial solar eclipse in Virgo, Sun conjunct moon Syzygy event as seen from Earth, causes some ego bruising that is sure to strengthen the soul if you let it influence your 7th house of law and commitment. Now, if you want to make this really fun, you can take each of your signs and you can, rather than do sort of a view from Earth, you can do a view, like say, if you're Pisces, you can do a view from Jupiter or from Neptune. If you're a Leo, you can do a view from the Sun. If you're a Capricorn, you can do a view from Saturn. So you can do these other kinds of equations for yourself to make it even more fun and more interesting. Okay, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. You have fun. Keep it fun. Keep it healthy. Partial solar eclipse Syzygy event in the sign of Virgo, the Virgin. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us, and join us again next week.